Kia ora koutou, and welcome to this video about Venus moving forward. Venus has been in retrograde for 6 weeks or so since late in July, and now finally on the 4th of September, Venus will be moving forward. This video is about astrology from the point of view of New Zealand or Aotearoa, or the Southern Hemisphere, and my name is Fiona Ingram of Sun and Moon Calendar.nz. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up or comment or subscribe to my channel, or all three of them, whatever you like. So let's go. Let's look at what's going to happen with Venus moving forward and what that means. Venus will turn direct on Monday the 4th of September at 1:20 p.m. New Zealand time, so that's a good way to start the week. 12 degrees and 12 minutes of Leo, so it's gone back from the very, very late degrees of Leo. It's been retrograding back over those degrees of Leo. And at the time of the retrograde, it's not like it just suddenly turns around and starts moving forward. It gets very slow and it stations. And at that point, 1:20 p.m., it will station to go direct. Now looking back at what it has meant to have Venus go retrograde. Over the last 42 days or so, normally it's 40 days and 40 nights, 6 weeks, Venus has been going back over those degrees of Leo, and that means we've been reviewing Venus matters. So that includes love, beauty, money, our values, what we value, including how we value ourselves and how we show value, how we look after, adorn, and respect the things that we value, whether those are abstract concepts like honesty, goodness, generosity, whatever they are, or whether those are material things. But Venus does specialize in those material things, and that includes money and luxuries, tangible pleasures in life, the things that we enjoy to see, taste, feel, appreciate in a physical way. And also, of course, relationships. So you may have found that some of your relationships or your ways of relating have come up for review over the last 6 weeks. Have they? Have a think about that. If you have any planet or point at 12 degrees of Leo, you'll feel this turning point with Venus going very slowly and drilling down on that point more so than others. But for all of us, I think we'll feel a change of energy over the next few days as Venus starts to move forward and will gradually pick up speed. And then over the next while Venus goes back over for the third time those later degrees of Leo, we will be putting into practice some of the learnings from that Venus retrograde period. It is likely that one of the themes that's come up over that Venus retrograde period for you is about freedom, perhaps freedom in relationships or perhaps financial freedom. That is because Venus has been square to the planet of Uranus, which is about freedom and also about doing things in a more unusual way, an unconventional way, and thinking outside the box. So maybe in your relationship thinking and reviewing, that theme of freedom might have come up. Because of the retrograde motion of Venus, it's actually going to end up having gone into that square aspect with Uranus 3 times, the last one being on the 30th of September. So perhaps at that time, at the end of the month, then there'll be some reprise of those themes and perhaps putting into place whatever needs to change, if change is what's needed. Freedom. One of the cool things about Venus retrograde is that after the retrograde, she appears as a morning star. Before the retrograde, she was an evening star, bright and beautiful in the evenings in the west, also known as Meremere Tū Ahiahi or Rangi Tū Ahiahi. And then after the retrograde, she disappears during the retrograde with the sun. And after the retrograde, she is a morning star, bright and beautiful in the mornings. And as a morning star, Venus is known to be more of a warrior princess, less of a pleaser and go with the flow, more likely to stand up for what she needs, to ask for what she needs in love, in relationships, and perhaps in financial matters. Venus as a warrior princess. And to remind you of some other things going on, of course, the Pisces full moon on the 31st of August, Venus going direct, the subject of this video, on the 4th of September, Jupiter goes retrograde the very next day, and that is the last of the outer planets to go retrograde. They are all retrograde for a little while. Then we have Mercury still in retrograde, but it is going to turn direct on the 16th. And after that, the personal planets at least will all be going forward. Venus and Mercury going forward. We're going to feel more like we can get on with things. Also with spring equinox coming on the 23rd. So there we go, everyone. That is my video about Venus turning direct on the 4th of September. I hope that you enjoy that change of energy, and there's been some benefits to that retrograde period for your relationships, your finance, or any part of life. So, hei kona rā, ka kite anō, kia pai tō rā, kia pai tō marama.